What's going on YouTube? Welcome to WestysAngling. Don't worry, we're heading out on the bank soon, but before we do, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an introduction to the video and tell you what it's going to be all about. So this video is going to be a specimen session filmed at Malton Lakes. It's just outside of Scarborough, and it's a session that I filmed with one of my good friends and subscribers, Rob Fuller, who's featured in a couple of the videos on the channel, and it's actually going to be a throwback to the summer months. Now, I've kept this video up my sleeve, ready for the cold winter weather. I know that a lot of you wind down towards winter and you'll stop your fishing, which is fine, but I thought I'd give you a flash of the summer months. And this video was actually filmed in a heat wave. It was heading towards 30 degrees Celsius. It was absolutely boiling. I actually got sunstroke on the first night. It was that hot. As you know, it's probably the toughest conditions to fish in when it's that hot. It takes all the oxygen out of the water. The fish are really lethargic. So it was a very, very tough session on a lake that is meant to be tough in general. But as you'll see from the video, it was successful and I managed to piece together all the clips. I didn't do much filming from the session, not as much as I normally do anyway, which is why I'm filming this little bit of an intro, but I've pieced together phone clips, video clips I've done on the GoPro and things like that, and I've managed to compile a video. If it's anything like the weather conditions here in Manchester today, you'll be glad of something to watch. You'll probably be wrapped up warm by the telly. So grab yourself a brew or a beer, whatever's your poison, and sit back and enjoy the video. Make sure you drop a comment in the comment section. If you like the video, hit that like button as well. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, after watching the video, please feel free to do so. Okay folks, let's get into it. This is my swim for the next 48 hours at Malton Lakes. Just got my bivvy set up, put a bucket down just to reserve the peg, because apparently that's a done thing. It's going to be very, very challenging fishing here just because of all the weed. There's plenty of big carp here though. There's a big carp just there. See if I can zoom in on it. They're all just sat up in the water. You can surface fish here, so I think that's going to be our best chance of getting them. But there's loads of carp in this bed of weeds, but there's a few clear spots as well, so for when I'm putting rigs out at night, I'll obviously scan the bottom, but I'm pretty sure that the weed that's up on the top here is a good indicator of what's on the bottom. There's probably low-lying weed and stuff like that, but it's a very shallow lake. But yeah, looking forward to getting a bit of free line bread out there, see if I can tempt this big bugger here. How big are the carp in here?
Carp go up to like high double 20s, I think.
High 20s.
Really nice ones, yeah. And then there's some catfish up to 50, I think. From
So
last year, what were reported.
Carp to late 20s and cats up to £50, which is definitely enough for how weedy this lake is. There's a bit of a drop off there. I'm definitely going to have to be worrying my waders later on, and potentially be getting in after fish, but got to do what you got to do. If you got fish on the end, I'm definitely landing it. But Rob's fishing the next peg along on the left. He's got a big overhanging willow there that he could cast to. There's an aerator just out from me there, so if I can get a rig over the top of them weeds, then I'll probably fish it over there if it's a little bit clearer in the deeper water. But I think definitely free lining to target some of these chunks that are just sitting on top of this weed bed here, then that's our best chance. But yeah, bivvy's up, got to get the rest of the stuff out of the car, and hopefully be able to tempt a couple of these fish. Okay folks, so I'm just getting myself ready for a little bit of surface fishing. If the camera angle looks a bit different to normal, it's because I've got my chest strap on rather than my head strap. So I've got 12-pound main line there on this 6,000 spool, and this is 12-pound Berkeley big game. It's a nice green mono which will go well with these weedy conditions. As I've said, it's very, very weedy here at Malton Lakes. We're going to be using bread. Bread is allowed, surface fishing is allowed, so it's all good. Just need to thread this up. I've already got some hook lengths tied up, also 12-pound Corda Cruiser Control with a size 8 Kamakura hook, which will be perfect for the bread. Fairly narrow gauge, not mega heavy. And there's loads of big carp cruising in front of me. They're just sat up in a weed. I don't know whether they're feeding. We'll only know that when we chuck a bit of bread out. I told Rob to come round to my swim because my swim's the more accessible for the feeding fish. And we're probably taking in turns to have a cast with the bread. It might be that we have to go in after the fish because of how weedy it is. But that's all right. We've accounted for that. I've got my waders next to me there. Let's try that. 3-foot hook length ish. Like I said, I'm just loop to looping this with my main line. Awesome when surface fishing's allowed, because this, when it's so hot like this, best way to get them, no doubt. Right, that's strong as anything, that. I'm not going to do loads of recording this session at Malton Lakes. I'm just going to enjoy it. But if we get any action, if we get any fish, I'll try and get it on camera. Some bubbles coming up there, look, just out from me. Lovely swim this. Apart from the weed, it's going to be difficult, but that's part of the challenge, isn't it? You know, you've got to challenge yourself and fish different places. There's a dye in the water to obviously help with the algae. That's why it's like a blue colour. But I mean, it looks beautiful. Like I said, there's a willow over there that Rob will be fishing to during the night, and I'll probably try and get out to the aerator over there in that overhanging tree. If you can see that, it's a bit harder on the chest cam. So I've got my toasty loaf, but I've also got some Baker's dog biscuits as well. Nice and soft. I tried them in the sink last night. They're absolutely perfect. Oh mate, look at them over there, right at the other end.
Yeah, and like, they're making bow waves right across top over there.
They're a bit further, they've pushed out, haven't they?
A little bit, yeah. But
Damn.
There's some right here.
I'm thinking this one here. See if you feel. It's just when they're sat like that. That's a good one. God, it's just going to be getting them between the weeds, Adam.
Yeah. It's going to get hit off with it fucking cracking right.
Yeah, out over the top. Mate, it's just getting them feeding, isn't it?
You need to see him, it's turning for it now, look.
Do you think he's going for them?
Yeah, look, he's going for one of them. That's gone under.
I just need to watch and see if they come up for him. Quite easy to throw out them, not too bad. Got to stop them drying up.
On edge, look.
It's just getting them round this. It's going to be a tricky part, isn't it?
Like there were a lot on the edge there, like coming like through.
You can see them all, mate. Look at the size of them. I think one of them's a catfish. One of them's definitely catfish. See how long it is?
Yeah. Huge.
Sat up in the water. Okay, so when you're hooking your bread, best way I've found of doing it is tear a big chunk off, like that. Squeeze a section down, push the hook through, pull it back out the other end, move it forward into the soft part, and then what I do is I'll fold it around the line, and there you go. So bread's on and the hook point showing forward. These are a nice sharp Kamakura hook, and I should be able to cast this a fair distance if I wanted to. It's nice soft fresh bread. Having fresh bread's the main thing. So what you do is you dip it and then cast it. Really cheap bait this as well, dog biscuits. It's only £3 for a full bag like that. Definitely cheaper than pellets. I've got some floating pellets as well. We'll just put a mixture of stuff out and just watch it and we'll just see what comes up. There's some over the back there as well. There we go. Now, if we need to get a bit further out. Oh, there you go. Yeah, one just come up for dog biscuit then. There's two cats sitting on the top, right over the back. Good cats as well. Yeah, they're coming up for dog biscuits, mate.
Going on, going on.
We don't want to overface them, but at the same time we need some bait out to get them competing. So I've not managed anything on the surface controller float. They've been cruising and they've been taking some of the loose offerings, but they haven't really been taking our hook bait. They're still cruising on the top, to be quite honest with you. So I've got my bottom bait rigs out. I'm just pinging 8mm halibut pellets over the top of a clear patch here, and I've just cast a Ronnie rig on a helicopter setup just over the weed and down onto the clear patch. This other one is over there next to this little bit of an overhanging tree, and that's on the bottom. Very, very tough fishing here. Even if you hook a fish, you're not guaranteed on landing it, just because of how weedy it is. So we'll see how we get on. Obviously I've got the waders with me, so if we have to go in after them, we're going to have to go in after them. Scare me to death then. It's pretty easy to ping pellets over there.
Yeah, I see where your rig went. It was fucking bang on it.
So I think I'm pretty confident on that. So no, look, if you see where my swim ends there, it's definitely my swim.
I'll give you it because there's not that many spots.
I definitely can't fish right, can I? Look at it. But there's weed from here all the way down that side. I've got one line. But to be fair, there seems like there's the most fish right here. There's quite a few out towards the island and stuff like that, but it's getting there, do you know what I mean? I might try that. I might set up the surface controllers tomorrow. I might put zigs out. I'll decide there and then. So, but yeah, it's definitely going to be a tough experience, this fishing in the weed. It's something I haven't done before, but I've now been roped into. So
when you drive
I've driven 2.5 hours to get to Malton Lakes here, so
I paid for beer and food though, so I can't complain.
And when you're retrieving your rigs, you've got to get like straight, you've got to get your rod tip up high and
walk back
and
get them away from snag.
It's going to be tough. Look at back on that one there, mate.
Absolute monster, isn't it?
There's some monsters here. Absolute monsters here. You can see floating dog biscuits all over the place where we've tried to get them.
Pinged them in with no luck.
No, you've got to try.
Oh my god.
Scared me to death. Just getting a bit of a brew going. It's been pretty unproductive so far. What's it like around there?
Couldn't say how.
Well folks, if you're wondering what's going on here and why Rob's waist deep in water, he's actually guiding my line around the weed. I've sent my rig out in the bait boat and found a clear spot, and he's just manoeuvring it so the line lays a little bit better.
Send boat out along like it. I think we are. Anyway, you've got a little path going through there.
Yeah, it's alright that. I can see where it is.
Yeah. About 6 foot off in it. I reckon if you go forward a tiny bit, about there. Stop. Yeah, hang on.
It's about right that, isn't it?
Yeah. Right, now it's trying to get the boat back.
Might be better driving it back into your swim.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's a way better idea, mate. I'll do that when you're setting it.
It's drifting back into the... This one's a bit clearer. So I actually had to make some custom guards to go over my bait boat's propellers, just because of how weedy it is. They were just getting clogged up every 2 seconds, and they were still getting clogged up, to be honest with you, but it was a lot better after I made the guards. The place was absolutely heaving with these tiny little toads. You really had to be careful where you were stepping. Okay, Mr. Fuller, what's the name of your toad?
You put me on the spot now. I can't think. Oh, it's crawling out. Walt.
I'm going to call my toad Toadson.
Right.
Are you ready? So we'll drop him here, and then
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoever's...
Oh, go on, boy!
Oh, no! You trained yours! Oh, for f***'s sake!
Yeah!
Oh! What? Smashed him!
What? Mate, he knew the way to the finish line. Mate, he was like darting straight forward. He knew the way to the finish line. He loved it. Get in.
Oh, for God's
Don't
sake.
give a blank now.
You know what a toad was. It's amazing. It's chorizo and chicken. Love it. Well, it's about 4 AM in the morning. Just bringing the rigs in. Chocker with weed. I had a run in the night on Aquastim Black Magic Wafter. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet. Look at that, guys. Look at the mist on the water. 4 AM in the morning, probably the first person up on the lake. I'm resetting my rigs. Just need to find a clear path through this weed. I'm just going to leave that boat there a second and I'll set this rod. Sort of a bit of a liner or something after recasting. Okay folks, so we're going into the last 24 hours now. We've still not had a fish. Like I said, I had a run last night and it was definitely a catfish run. We've been around the lake, I've spoken to everybody on the lake. Nobody's had a carp, not one person. They're all cruising, they're all on the top, they're not interested in feeding. It has been really hot, so that's probably the reason. There's a group of maybe 8 or 9 carp just sat off the back of the weeds. All the weeds go right out, obviously. They end in a weird pattern. There's a little bit of a bay there and they're just out the back of it. They are coming up and they're taking the free offerings, like I said, so I might need to get my surface controller out a little bit further. Got a carp on, guys. It's well into the weed. Rob's just out there digging it out. 100% still on. He's got it! It's not.
It's big. It's big.
He's got it! He's got it!
It's decent now.
We might be better on hooking it in there. Let's move the camera around.
Well done, mate.
Good fish, that.
Mate, it's a very good fish.
Beautiful. Looks like a proper, like...
I think that might scrape. I don't know, it gets bigger.
It's not that big.
Yeah, but look how...
I don't know.
I reckon it's 16. No, it's not, it's bigger.
16, 17... I don't even know, mate. It might not even go that. Is it? 2 seconds.
I reckon it's 17.
You reckon?
Yeah.
It looks like a beautiful, like, natural common carp.
Yeah, let me just get a bit more off the side.
Look at this, guys. That's been a long time coming. What a stunning fish.
Well done. We're knocked up.
Absolute beauty. Look at that. We're going to weigh it. We'll only have it out as much as we need to. So, was that in its mouth or was it in a net?
It's in a net. Yeah, I'm counting that. It's not a
blank. Yeah, double hook up that.
I've not blanked.
2 fish here at Malton. Well, you've got that one, didn't you? You netted it. It's got a tench as well. Right, I'm just going to wet this net. Always wet your unhooking mat as well.
Put it in front head first.
And your waistling. You just can't judge it though, can you, with carp? It's one of them things, you just got to weigh them.
That was epic fishing, mate. Well done.
16.1, so it's probably 15 with the net. Still a lovely fish.
John, mate, put it back for you.
Mid-double. 15 pounder, save the blank.
That look, it's deceiving, that one.
Yeah, it is. It's a lovely fish.
Do you want me to pop it back while I got these on there?
I couldn't have landed that without you there. It's a 2-person job, innit?
Yeah, mate, it was like right at the bottom of the weed. I pulled loads off. And just read its little head. That's brilliant. I'm taking half of that capture.
Oh yeah, 100%. Right folks, let's get her back. 15 pound, but I know it might not sound a lot to a lot of you carp anglers, but we've grafted for that this weekend, haven't we?
We have, mate, yeah.
So I'll let her go. Under my other rods here.
Good lad.
Awesome.
Yes.
There's carp over there, you can see the backs hopefully on the GoPro. So we're going to go in, just dip this bread a little bit. It's not a deep lake, this. Okay. Nice and cool, this water after a warm day. And I'm just gonna, there we go, cast that out. That's absolutely perfect, that. Now, I'm just gonna watch the backs. They probably won't take it unless it's right on the noses. There's a couple moving around, but not many. They definitely feel safe back here in this swampy, sludgy area. Probably about 3 foot deep here-ish. Can just about see my bread. They're all really dark, old fish, like natural commons and mirrors. No, they're not going for that. These two. You think it's facing the bank. That's it. And then gently wind it back into it. That's it. Here we go. Stay still. Right, leave it there a second. It's going for it. It's going to go for it. There's a carp here that's actively swimming towards us and moving about. It's full of carp here. You can see just the backs of them sticking out of this. Have to be really gentle with that. Try and get in front of that one. It's facing my swim, I think. Just the back in front of you, directly in front of you there towards the so peaceful. Some big carp around, like really big, well into the 20s. I wonder if it ever really gets wind because of the tree cover.
Well, it's not as covered that side.
so. It just feels like you're in an Arizona swamp.
Yeah. In the deep south.
In the deep south, in the dirty south.
Just about to get by some rednecks.
Well, I can't put this on YouTube now. Oh, now here, John Boy.
Hey, cleared us.
Carp doing some really unusual behaviour. It's just started to rain after a really prolonged warm spell, and they're all shooting round everywhere now that it's raining. Like, they're really giving it some, aren't they? They're just cruising around everywhere, like but really fast.
Yeah.
So they're just blazing around.
Weird.
Very, very odd behaviour. Just swimming around really fast after like they've been pretty much immobile, aren't they? Just been sat like
just sunbathing, haven't they?
they've just been sat in the sun. They've not been bothering, and this is for like the full 24 hours previous that we've been here during the hot weather. It's cooled down, started to rain, and they're just manic. Very, very odd, but it's very promising. I'm so chuffed with that. I know it wasn't a big fish for a specimen water, but I'm definitely chuffed for that carp, because we've been absolutely grafting for the full session that we've been here. We've been using surface baits, we've tried zigs, we've tried bottom baits. I got a catfish run during the first night that we were here, but other than that, it's been really tough fishing, and I think mostly due to the weather. But it's like the carp know that there's a change in weather coming. But yeah, Malton Lakes, tough fishery, very, very weedy, but we're doing our best to try and nab a few.
Both saved the blank. I got that.
You got that
minuscule tench, smallest tench in the world.
You got that little mini tench.
About 3 millimeters wide.
Trawling it in with a big net. But I mean, a net's absolutely pointless here, isn't it? Like, you've got to get in, haven't you? You might be able to net a fish here, but chances are you're gonna have to get the net under all the weed and everything. You would have to. You couldn't net a fish here, could you?
No, I don't think. Yeah.
So a net's pretty much pointless. You might as well just have the net off the handle, and you're gonna have to get in after them for every fish. But luckily, I've got Rob here with me, and we managed to get it in the net.
50-50 capture that.
I'm not sure how that would have gone if it would have been a 20, but managed all right. That was only £8 line, that, so £8 quarter cruiser control. It's nice strong stuff, but you know, when you're in weed and stuff like that. What's that over there? Is that a ghost, eh? Very pale fish. Over the back there, it's really like yellow, orange. Like, for that fish, I literally just dragged it just on top of its nose, and it just decided that at that moment in time that it wanted to take that bread, but really they haven't done.
It was touching it, and then it just turned around and just went bump and had it. right, fish on.
I don't think I'll be making that mistake again, but oh dear. Got to do what you got to do. Okay, so part 2 of toad racing. So this is for the best out of 3. I've got my toad here.
Called
Derek. What's yours called?
Bronson.
Nice name. Nice toad name. Right. So Derek's going here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh no. No, it's alright.
Oh, it's a tough one. Come on, Derek.
Oh, you
can't prompt them. You've got to let them figure the course out for themselves.
Come on, don't just sit there. Oh, hey up. Oh, he's found his stride. You need to do something.
Come on, Derek. Yes, Derek. Yes, Derek. Yes, Derek. Yes, Derek.
It's not even moved.
You picked it.
Mine. Oh no.
Derek.
I'll give you that.
Wait. He's not touched the back wall. That's the rules.
It's turning. Mine's going the other way here. Oh, come on, Derek. Wait. Mine.
Oh, yeah.
I'll give you that one.
He's at the back wall. Yes, Derek.
One apiece.
You can now go back to freedom. Thank you. Good toad.
Oh, there's a frog in it.
Not the toads.
Stupid shit, didn't even move off the mark.
Well, folks, that brings the Malton Lakes video to a close. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you picked up a couple of tips. If you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button and also the bell icon as well. That way you won't miss another video. Also, if you want to support the channel, head over to www.westysangling.co.uk. I'll put a link in the description for some winter merch, summer caps, winter beanies, gilets, hoodies, bait. I've got pellets and ground bait on there as well for your winter sessions. So check out the website. Okay folks, I'll see you next time.